YouTube, what's cracking? I just found out about this build. I'm gonna show you the build real quick. It's additional. What the real build is the improved initial standard attack twice on slot 2 and 3. That's the real build here. We're just trying it out because like I've been hearing some shit about how good it is and all that other shit, and there's no way for me to test that unless I actually, test that. You see what I'm saying? So we're testing the build. This might be really good. It might be ass. Now, initial standard attack, like, I don't know if you can re-proc it without having another bow. So for now, I'm gonna go off the assumption that you can't. I didn't really, I tested with 2 bows. I didn't exactly test to see if I had if I had 1 bow, if I could do it. But luckily, we did just get another bow, and we got projectile drop-off on it, so it's something that we can keep the whole game around. But yeah, this build is looking pretty promising, I gotta say. I was testing it earlier, just in the little battleground before you go into the game, right? And it does some decent damage, I gotta say. It doesn't do, absurd damage or anything like that, but it does some decent damage. See, so how it works is, initial standard attack is a thing that you can do in this game to where when you attack one time with any weapon for the very first time, you get an attack boost. Now that is multiplicative, or it's stackable, I should say, so that I can use it multiple times and do lots of damage just by using 2 different bows. Now I don't know if it works so well if you have multiple bows, but we're gonna find out. So what we're gonna be testing today is just that, just seeing if it's better to do this versus just having a really good solid Iron Eye build. If you don't know, these ones are almost always super easy to find if you just find them. You might as well just go ahead and go into them real quick. For this build, we're not really going to be using Ashes of War very often. We're kind of just going to spam attacks. Also, if you don't know, spamming attack with Iron Eye means that every like 4 shot, I think, you're going to have to wait. There's like a cooldown period for... this all sucks. I really don't think that I would be doing that, but I can at least try. There's a cool-off period where after every 4th shot, it'll stop you, or Iron Eye just kind of stops attacking. So I'll show you if I have the ability. 2, 3. See how there's a slight delay in between the 4th shot and the 5th? Like, Iron Eye has to, like, stop to basically, like, get his bearings before he can do the next attack. And all you have to do is just alternate attacks. It's really simple, honestly. And you do big damage. So this talisman is not worth, so we're just going to go ahead and get out of here. What we're going to do is head towards the southern area. See if there's anything on this weapon. There's no chest up here that I can see. I don't think I can get up there if I wanted to anyways at this point. Exalted Flesh is not terrible. Use this off there for a boost. Now, I think it marks a treasure chest, but the treasure chest is in the opposite direction of where I want to go. So we're just going to keep going down south. You can also find keys. I also have a relic that helps increase my damage for each Everdale I do, which is good, but it doesn't necessarily give me like the benefit that I would really want. So it's just kind of there in case I actually do an Everdale. You see what I'm saying? So what we're going to do now is we're going to head south. The poison camp might not be all that worth. We really want to move towards this church. So if I show you what I mean, like, right, so regular attack is 46 because of the boost, right? Another 51 and then 49. It seems to be really inconsistent in multiplayer because they're running away from you, so there's distance involved. But how it works is your first attack is going to do more damage no matter what, right? As long as you're not doing like a running dashing attack, which is like that. If you're just standing there and you attack like that, that's an increase to your damage, just raw damage output. But the follow-up attack would always be weaker than that. So if I stand here, 46, 46. Chain attack finishers are not all that good. I'm gonna hit him right as he rushes right towards us. Get the backstab. The reason it's such a good build is Like, even at the very beginning, we're doing massive damage. And all we have to do is just alternate shots. I missed. I missed again. And he kills me. Even though he has a hitbox there, I missed him twice and he kills me immediately. It's really kind of hard to show the difference in damage without actually showing the build-up to how I got to this point. I think I just stopped his horse from jumping there. That was kind of cool. Most of the time you want to leave this guy alone. He's just not worth the damage or what he gives you. But if it's ever this guy, you definitely want to fuck him up. I don't have any affinities right now. I might get some later, so we're going to hold out in case we do get that. Also, my money should be around here somewhere. Of course, I gave it to a crab. Improved guard counters. That's ass. Okay. Let's see what this is. Exalted flesh, and that's also ass. For our build, anyway. Chain attack finishers is not something that we're really going to do. I think that you can do the chain attack finisher if you just spam the same bow over and over. I think so, because there's a finisher, right? There's a cooldown period. But then again, I think I would rather just have this, especially since the type of build I have is really not going to lend itself to chain attacks. Also, so there's the benefit of the improved initial standard attack, which is really good. That's also behind us, so we're going to want to get money as we go. We're going over this way, so we should be able to accumulate the wealth necessary. It's only 15k for first circle, so that is a level that we're going to lose out on, but it's worth not having to have this fucking debuff on you the whole time, the whole game. So we're going to go here, get rid of that. Probably get rid of, oh, whoops. Get rid of that. And we're out of here. There's also some more money up here. Alright, that's the amount of money we need. Want to make sure we don't accidentally level up. We're going to go hit this church first, because once we do this, we can go straight to magic after. So, solo play, people call it difficult, and some people say it's not balanced or unfair. It's all about how well you can time manage yourself, and how well you are at dodging also as well. Being good at the game in general helps, of course. Horse is gonna die. Should give me some extra money if the horse just dies already. Couple $100. We'll take it. Nice. Got all 3 of those there. That was great. So what we're just doing is building up money on the way there, because we're gonna lose 15k right when we get there, and that sucks. But this is a shitty one to keep on you the whole game. You really don't want this on you the entire game. We're just using things as we go, because they're not gonna really slow us down too much, and it's really worth. Now, my usual strategy when I have the crater like this is to just go ahead and go straight to the crater on night 2. But I'm probably gonna end up right after I finish getting the shit off of me. I'm probably gonna run straight to this mine behind me here. The only reason I'm not gonna do it right now is because I don't want this to be stuck, and I don't know how long it lasts exactly. I know it lasts quite a while, but it can go away, and you do not want it to go away. It's not exactly a run ender if it does go away, but it's not a run saver if it stays, if you know what I mean. So we're gonna go ahead and buy the curse off of me. We can see if we can get the take more runes, get the symbol of avarice, and we'll put that on. Now, if you don't know what this symbol of avarice is, all it does is makes it so that you gain more runes, but you lose a little bit of health as you move through the world. It's regular. It's not even very good. If you see my health at the top, it's going down. but it's barely moving. So we're gonna kill that, and then we're gonna hit this mine because we want to be able to get at least one legendary and one purple weapon. So usually in my builds, we're gonna go straight to magic from here because all the other churches are outside the zone. You don't always need that last church there, and we also got really shitty spawns for the treasure chests. But since we got those treasure chest spawns, just gonna have to do this little camp right here. Then we have plenty of time in night 1 to go ahead and do lots of things. So we just want to make sure we try to build our character out as well as we can. Now they're both dead. Symbol of Avarice is coming in clutch here, getting us the money back that we just lost. The rain is coming, but we still have time. We do want to move quick though. Reduce that skill FP cost. Zone is right behind us, so we have plenty of time here, chat. And it's coming from the opposite side, which means we're going to have ample amount of time to actually do what we want to do. And we can level up once. Now, with night 1, you really want to be around level 8 by the time the zone is actually, like, by the time you're stuck inside the zone. You really want to be around level 8. It's not that big of a deal. Again, being a decent player, I'm not going to call myself good or anything, but being at least a somewhat decent player, I know that I can make up for the difference. I'm going to pop this. So a big benefit of this is because the actual breaking of the marks is a damage threshold type of thing. It's all about how quickly you can do big amounts of damage. Should break the mark here soon. Iron Eye is the easiest character to play because you literally just pressed a couple of buttons and that's all you do. I don't think we're going to have time to level up, so what we're going to want to do is to get anything out of here that's going to be worth it. Skill is not very useful. In this case, lightning attack power is probably not going to be very useful unless I get lightning. But it might be more useful than something I have, like charged attacks, for example. We lost the ability to go ahead and get out of here, but what we can do is kill some of these guys for their money. I think it should be able to get us to the next level. Don't think that one's gonna do it. Might need one more. Don't want to fight the big ones. They are stronger. Think this will get us there. Nope, that's bad. Should. Doesn't. Okay. Don't die. There we go. Now we got the next level. So again, level 8 is where you want to be. But, you know, level 7 is not that much worse. You're really there, actually. I can also take off the Symbol of Avarice while we're in this fight, so that I don't have the constant HP loss. It's not that big a deal. I would rather just keep it on and just take the loss and deal with it. It's not letting me attack it for some reason. Okay, that's a little bit ridiculous, but we're not tripping. Alright, we got hands here, so I don't actually know what that means for the boss fight. I can't remember. Just watch the big one. That's the most important one to watch. Again, watch the big one. So you see how we're doing 75 damage for each hit? Normally you would not be doing that much. Normally you'd be doing much less. Not much less. I'd say about like 61 is around what you would be doing. So I can show you. So like let's see. So one attack here, one time is what? 79 damage because of this initial standard, right? I should have attacked right after, but 79. Almost 80 damage per attack. I actually think it's the smelter demon, Centipede. Weak to lightning, chat. Always remember what your boss is weak to if you know it. I'm gonna go mark it again. Amazing damage output from this bow now. And you're also not stuck. You're also not stuck trying to seduce. Now here we actually are gonna kill the tails because I think they give you money. I think they do, and they're not very threatening, so why not? And we are low on health. But Mr. Smelter or Mr. Centipede Demon here is not doing too well. He just regrew his limb, which is not good nor bad for us. And he's dead. You can also pop a foot here. Symbol of avarice plus a foot means I get like what, 30% increase? Nearly 40. That's really good. Improved dodge evading. That's also really good. And we get a grace here. Now right here we have two options. We can go hit this chest and then try to get this Evergel and then church and then head back to magic, which I think is a good play here because we don't have one yet. Or we could go straight magic. Now one of them does help us more than the other. So I think we're gonna do the path that I just said. Or we're gonna go ahead and go to the tree, hit the might even hit that madness camp on the way because it's so easy, and it's so close. And then we try to hit that Evergel up north if we can find a key out of that. We don't always find one, but oftentimes you can get one out of it. Don't know what these drop all that often. I usually don't grab them, but they might be worth. You never know. Not worth in this case. They might be able to drop a key though, so neither one are purple, so neither one are keys. Sleeping pod, okay. Ass. Sleeping pods are not good. Unless you are fucking what's his name? Not the best. What we're gonna do is pop this. We can also kill this guy. Attack, 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 attack. It's a really simple build. The mark is about to break, and it just did. Okay, also, if you don't know, when you're playing Iron Eye, when the guys are marked, they take more damage, chat. They take much more damage. Get out of there. I don't think it's a ton, actually. I think it's like 10%. But you see, we're doing amazing damage. So if you just keep them marked, you're really saving yourself a lot of time. Kill this guy, because it's a Zamor, and they are light work. Stance breaking is probably better than what I got right now, and we'll get rid of this. We get a level, and we're gonna go ahead and get on this tree. Thank fuck it didn't kick me off. We really want to hit here, but we're also gonna do this camp as well. So I say we do the camp to get the passive, then grab the key because we can land right inside the camp and basically on top of where we want to be at. Might switch these weapons as well. That's not what I meant to do. Look how simple the build is. Just keep attacking. That's all you gotta do. Just attack over and over. Stance breaking. And fighting enemies. Level 10 already. That's really good. We don't quite have enough for... And they're all dead now. Nothing out of this. Purple attack power at low HP is not something you want to deal with often. So you're probably gonna want to buy a key. We have the pouch, upgrade, and then we can also upgrade this bow since it's our stronger bow. Now we want to go straight here, and then we want to head straight up to that Everjail. Hopefully we get a key here. Key makes our lives a lot easier. But now you can see the damage is already starting to stack up. There's also a beetle back here, in which, if it's something good, we take off the symbol of avarice. Blood loss in the vicinity is not good for a bow build because you can't bleed unless you have bleed innate on your weapon when you come in. And we got the key. It's really good. Poison mist, magic damage negation, all trash. Okay, let's see if we're getting anything out of this. Exalted flesh and guard breaking, not very good either. So now we're gonna head up straight to this Everjail. Don't want to spend any time in this camp. We don't have time for it. And we're really looking for a better beetle on our way. Zone hasn't started closing yet. What we really want to be able to do is get all the way up to this church here. Then we want to make it all the way down to magic afterwards. I don't think the dragon has seen us yet, but I think he's going to. I don't have a choice. This is the shittiest one you can get for Iron Eye, I gotta be honest. Yeah. The dragon is literally on top of the Everjail. He's on top of it. That's kind of ridiculous. And there's not really any other Everjails up here. But why is he like sitting on top of the Everjail? What the fuck is that? That's ridiculous. So, I mean, the key would be great and nice and all. But at this point, because the dragon is here, I don't think it's worth trying to, especially since it's Crystallians. Were it anybody else, like, I hate fighting Crystallians as Iron Eye. You'll find out if you ever play Iron Eye as your main, that Crystallians is just not something that you want to fight. It's not worth it. It takes way too long, they don't give you anything really good, and the passive is almost always not worth it. Not worth the time commitment that you put into it. So with that being said, we're going to cut our losses. That's also something you have to be really good at as a single player, is knowing when you're, you know, not necessarily that you met your match, but it's more like knowing what's worth and versus what's not. You know what I mean? It's not worth sitting there trying to fight a dragon and Crystallians. Like, I get 2 passives out of it, sure, but it's not worth it. It's just going to take too long. So we're just going to head straight back to magic, because at least there we can grab some money. We are on night 2, and zone has just started to close. And actually, we might be better off just going straight into Crater, because there's also a passive right there as well. So we're going to do that instead. Magic is also somewhere that you really want to hit every game if you can. But if they're not giving you the opportunity, then you don't have the opportunity. I had to travel all the way up north just for an Everjail that it ended up not working out very well. So that's not the best scenario to be in. So we're just going to go ahead and cut our losses. Head straight over to magic. A big thing if you're not very good at the game, you kind of want to always be hitting all the churches you can. I could have ignored this church. It would have been smarter to do, honestly. Especially since, especially with hindsight, knowing what I end up getting out of it. It would have been actually smarter to just go ahead and ignore this church. Because you really don't need all of them. But, it doesn't matter. You know, mistakes are made and you learn from those mistakes. That's how you get better. You practice, you fuck up, and you learn. You practice, you fuck up, then you learn some more. That's what it is. I can't spend too much time here because we're going to need to go ahead and get up top. I think he can catch us if I don't pay attention to him. But he's not going to catch me here, it appears. We could make it all the way up. But then again, it's a huge time waster. Go ahead and do it afterwards. I think we have time to kill some of these guys. We want to at least get legendary. Our build centers around having that. Especially if we're going to have the creator. Okay, nice. Tons of damage. He's dead. Take the passive he drops, which is quite literally fucking nothing, because this boss does not do any status ailments. That's not good. But that's okay. Shit happens. A big part of this build is that you don't have to like spam it. You can wait for some stamina to build up and then attack. You see the amount of damage we can do though. 159 damage from that shot right there, by the way, chat. Blast restoration, and we're out of here. Coming here early means that it gives us the ability to have a lot more clearing of this place, which basically gives you more survivability. I would like that boost there, so we're probably going to kill them for that boost. Nice. Get behind them. Wait for another mark. I'm gonna focus the big guy. Nice, they're all dead now. Fire attack power, maximum HP is good. Now we're gonna rush straight to Makar from here. I would like to see, hopefully we get lucky and there's a beetle down here. That'd be lovely. But luck doesn't always work in your favor. That's why it's called luck. We got some good damage fall off, so we can sit back and let our stamina recover as we're trying to build up the damage. But you also see, like, you can break those marks much quicker when you don't have to worry about. Usually you can see if there's a beetle down here just by coming over here slightly. And if there is no beetle, then it's not really worth going this way. Also, right here is a quick shortcut. If you've never seen this chat, you're about to see it for the first time. If you're Iron Eye, it's much easier and a lot safer. But if you're not, it's not that big a deal. So what we're going to do, since the zone just started closing, is we're going to use what we got to kill this guy as quickly as we can. Okay, break that. Away from him. And he's dead now. Wrap the talons. This all sucks. Not that big of a deal though. Now you might think, oh, the Albanarch bow, right? Because it's purple. No. The other bow. Why did we do the other bow here? Why do we do the other bow here? Because we have two bows that do tons of damage, almost 120 for each, and they're both being boosted by the initial standard attack strategy here. This is also the very first time I've ever used this strategy though, chat, so keep that in mind. Be careful if you ever try to do what I just did there. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Pretty easy to fuck up. But if you can kill Gillica here, you're almost guaranteed to be able to grab this church after the end of night 2. So that's really what you want to end up doing. But watch the damage. 181, 147. And she's dead. Get another passive. Not the best passive in the world. Not the worst. Level 13, not a bad start. Like we're basically there. We really don't want this symbol of avarice on us for too long. I think we're probably going to be taking it off right before we go into this final fight here. But there's a lot of good runes over here. This one's not a bad one to get. Oh, try. If you're gonna play solo, you can't be ass. You're gonna have to lock the fuck in because there's nobody to take aggro for you. It's just you. You see what I mean by you can wait. You don't have to spam it. Be patient with your attacks, and you tend to win more often than you don't. Then you lose. Attack there, and attack there. Grab this. Really want to get this off of us now. For now. Mark them. And we're back to the same thing. Patience is key. Got all three of them with that. Now before we kill him, I'm gonna pop this and go ahead and end his life. Super easy. We might even get a double boss. We played that one so quickly. Stamina recovery, ultimate art, you always want that one. Now, what I was saying earlier is this. First of all, symbol of avarice can go. Because we don't want the additional health reduction as we're moving through here. Now we're just going to run out here. There's also a beetle up there as well. Might be getting pretty lucky and get something good there. We're already level 15, and we're going to go up anyways. There is a beetle. That's lovely. Just go ahead and kill all the wolves. Killed all of them with about one shot or two. Lightning Drake doesn't do us anything, but really doesn't matter at this point. Might as well grab it. Now here, Iron Eye is really good at all these cliffside edges and shit, right? Because of this. His ability to dash forward in the air. Anything good out of here? We can get a Wind and Grace, chain attacks, skill attack, consecutive attacks, and that. That's good. Alright, now we're out of here. And you'll see, we can make it back with more than enough time to spare. No issues. Like, we came all the way over here. A lot of people are scared to go into the zone for some reason. For the life of me, I can't understand why. You just don't want them hitting you. Let's go ahead and attack him until his mark breaks. Get some extra money for the zone. And he's dead. Also kill her. Really good. Now, the reason that this build is really good is because of the mark breaking ability that Iron Eye has. Because you can break marks. And I'm going to die here, but you're going to see that it really does not matter. It really doesn't matter at all. I don't think it's going to count right there, though. I'm probably going to have to go all the way back to the stream. But sometimes it does count where you land. I've had that happen before. So it's just luck of the draw, I think, sometimes. It's like sometimes my money would be like right outside here. Other times it's all the way back there where the little rift is. but it's not a big deal, especially if you come out here late at night, like at the second night. You really don't lose anything from coming out here and killing up and cleaning up anything in the general vicinity. And in fact, you actually gain things because you do such. Now again, the running attack does not count as the initial standard attack. Why? I really couldn't say. It doesn't make any sense. Me running and attacking should be the same as me just standing and attacking. Should give me the same damage. But I get that it gives you more maneuverability when you're moving and shit like that, so maybe that's why. The Symbol of Avarice is good. It made it so that I got to level 15 well before, like, the end. Well, guarantee that I got level 15, I should say. Because I didn't get it before the end. But it's just good in general. I mean, who doesn't like more money? Go ahead and kill all these guys for the extra little cheddar that they drop. Heal before he attacks again. And then get out of there. Wait till he gets close. Attack. Attack. Now, I'm pretty sure how the damage for the marking works is that it's a percentage of damage that you've done to the enemy based off of their total health overall. The reason is because you can break the mark much quicker on a smaller, squishy enemy than you can on an enemy with a big pool of health. So, yeah, I think it is what someone said was a damage threshold. That sounds exactly right. Like, you have to hit a certain amount of damage of the enemy's health overall pool to be able to, you know, break the mark. If the enemy is weaker to anything and takes more damage, they'll be able to break the mark faster. Versus if you're not doing very much damage, it'll take a lot longer, if at all, to actually break the mark. So here we can have an extra Winding Grace, which is fine, I guess. But like at this point, I really don't like buying Winding Graces because they just really feel like they take up room more than anything else. So what we're gonna do is probably, I mean, what could hurting having another extra Winding Grace really do? Especially since we don't get the hard tier, which is really the one you want here. So I'm actually gonna buy it. Safer than sorry is always my motto. So instead here, I'm gonna pop both of these, grab this, hit the Grace, and then run inside. I ain't gonna get to see the damage. Now this is an Everdark Sovereign. People have trouble with this guy, even playing with multiple people. I'm gonna show you why fighting these guys when it's just you is so much easier than the reverse. I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean by that. So start off with, we want to get close to him and we're gonna get a mark. Dodge that. Oh, I meant to dodge that. Oh my god. Okay, that was a little bit bullshit. He hit me with 2 attacks that he never hits me with. A little bit absurd. Gonna do that smashing attack. Got him one more time before he ran away. Step out of there. Save some stamina. Step out of there. Save some stamina. And now is when we want to do that. Heal, then we're gonna run away. Roll. Should do the stumping attack here. Yo! Double hits, even though I'm rolling both of them. I pressed the button, didn't do shit. That's insane! He's like clocking all my moves. A little bit absurd. Can I heal? Yes. I'm literally in the air. I don't know how I get hit by that. It's so stupid. So when you're Iron Eye, when he starts doing this, if you just dash right through him, it kind of fucks up all his tracking. And he can't like keep the mark up. I pressed the button, it didn't work. It's bullshit! I'm pressing the buttons and it's straight up not working. It's insane. Kept the mark up. Should be able to break this one. That mark breaks, he's dead. He's fucked. Usually I don't have to use all my winning graces like that, but as you can see, the playstyle works. Right?